Asante. Wacha nianze na wewe ndo basi tuongea mambo mengine ya pwani. So kila rais ambaye anakuja Kenya, or any president who comes to meet the president of Kenya, there are established protocols na Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Okay? So they will communicate and they will handle all the protocol, and of course we will know that a president or a visiting head of state or president has come to meet the president of the republic. Of course, that is not to say a president can come to a country or cannot come to a country for holiday or whatever. But for all the presidents that have come to meet the president of the Republic of Kenya, it has been documented. We have all seen that several heads of state have come to meet the president of Kenya through established protocols in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Hiyo ingine ndugu yangu aliyesema hiyo kitu, aliyesema alikuwa hapa, I think that is the best person to address that question to. Okay? You had asked me about Dongo Kundu. Of course, it came with some impacts to the locals in terms of resettlement. So since November to date, the resettlement of project-affected persons is as follows. The planning, survey, and beaconing of 491 acres for resettlement of these people is complete. Printing of 1,648 title deeds, again, is complete. In terms of compensation, out of 1,756, 1,360, that's about 77%, have received and accepted the awards. Okay? The handling of grievances of the remainder is ongoing, of course, through the National Lands Commission. I hope I've answered your question. And of course, on the other hand, we have the EPZA. I think it's just good to give you an update. Export Processing Zone Authority. 12 zones have been gazetted since November as designated areas where several investors in different sectors will operate. And these investments are totaling to about 924 million and have created, in that about 6 or 8 month period, 2,400 jobs. There was another question, I think, on port operations. Yes, that was a pledge the president made, and I would kindly urge us to be patient. He'll come here and he'll tell us, and he'll tell all of you, of course, the impact. But just briefly, since between January and June this year, increase in cargo has gone up by 3.3%, of course, since the president made that decision. And additionally, container traffic during the same period increased by about 8.5%. And we have the exact figures that I can share with you. There was another question, I believe, on police brutality. Alleged, that's what I'll tell you to, the word I'll tell you to use is, I'll urge you to use is alleged, okay? But, of course, you know the police is an independent organ or organization. We must respect and uphold their independence, and the president has always reiterated that. So I'll just, my brother, I'll refer you to the statement by the CS Interior last night or yesterday, if you saw. He made his position on this matter clear on claims of police brutality. And of course, he said those claims are false, malicious, and intended to distort public opinion regarding the recent orgy of violence that took place in some parts of the country. I am actually reading word for word, a few words verbatim of what he said, because we respect the independence of the police and all the other institutions. I think that's it. Kuna swali moja ya Africa Russia Summit. Si mmekuwa mkimsikiza rais katika ziara zake za nje and what he has been saying and the reforms that he has been pushing. But of course, this is even beyond him in terms of reforms at the African Union. The president has always said, and of course it's a decision by the African Union, that for Africa to have a better engagement within a framework with other external entities, whether it's a nation or whether it's a union or a region, for example, EU or a country like Russia, if they want to engage Africa, a decision was made by the African Union heads of state. They decided that they will be represented by organs of the African Union to such meetings, because that goes beyond a one-on-one meeting or bilateral meeting between a president and a president. It's between Russia and Africa, and the organ, therefore, that represents Africa, according to that decision of the Assembly, is the African Union. So he'll be represented according to that decision of the African Union. Asanteni sana, nawashukuru sana. Asante.